It, oh, is it? I guess it's live. I don't know. Either way. All right. So, hey everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the Back Bedroom. So not only is this the very first video episode, I'm also joined by a very special guest, Phil Tomasso. So how are you doing tonight, Phil?
Hey, doing great. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. First of all, I couldn't believe you responded to the tweet the other night, and I was like, laying on the couch, I was like, holy crap, this is like he was just on TV. So I was like, man, I'm gonna ask him just for the fun of it, and let's see what happens. So
Awesome, man. I honestly, one of the greatest things I got out of being on that show was getting to interact with everybody every week. So, but I'm excited to be here, and I'm just a normal person. So
yeah, but it's still, there's that it's the TV allure, you know what I mean? Like you got a aura about you, you know.
Thank you.
So I guess for anyone checking this episode out, who doesn't know, so Phil was on Guy's Chance of a Lifetime, was on Food Network. So you were competing to become the newest owner of a Chicken Guy restaurant, and you also are co-owner of Something Delicious Bake Shop in New York.
Correct.
So,
Yep. Yeah. With
so
my
I
wife.
guess, yeah. So the first thing I had was, how fun is it working with desserts all day?
Oh, well, let's see here. If you're trying to diet, it's not fun at all.
Right.
But otherwise it's great. I mean, you get to eat the broken stuff, you get to try out different flavors and combos and stuff. It's so much fun. Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. I thought, man, I was like, I would be, yeah, the diet thing. Not, I don't diet, but I was like, I would be 400 pounds. Like,
Yeah. I'm getting there.
yeah, I would want to eat all the time. All right. So I thought of this, and I thought it would be cool to ask you. So you applied to go on the show, the Chance of a Lifetime and everything. Did you feel, or how did you feel going onto the show, being like a dessert guy? Like, because it seemed like some of the other people had, like, I guess other restaurant experience, but
Yeah.
then you coming in, with a bakery.
So it's weird. I was excited to get down there, right? So the whole way I got on there too is kind of strange. The previous owner of the bakery had actually been on 2 Food Network shows prior.
Oh,
So when my wife and we took it over, we kept getting all these like calls. So I'm like, hey, it's my wife's stuff. I'm like, why don't you try out for this? Like, you'd be great. She's like,
yeah,
no, I don't want to go in front of camera. I'm like, all right. So this one pops up and I'm like, this sounds cool, like something I could possibly do.
yeah,
So I apply, get on there, and got the call back, and I'm like, oh my God, like I can't believe this actually is happening. So I get down there then and I start meeting the other people.
yeah.
And right away I'm like, ooh, this is not gonna go well. I go, if there's eliminations, I'm coming home tomorrow. I even told my wife that. I'm like, this is not gonna go well. Yeah, the two of them were on Master Chef before. They made it down to like the very end too, Ebony and Chelsea. And the other ones had all been on cooking competition shows and won. And then there's me, who I'm not even allowed to bake at the bakery. So it's just like, yeah, what am I doing here? I'm not sure. Yeah.
And look at you, man. You made it. Well, there weren't eliminations, but you made it to the end.
Right.
You finished in second place. I mean,
Right. Yeah. Something worked. I don't know.
dude, you was killing it. You was killing it. It was,
Thank you.
it was so fun to watch. Like I said, I mean, I think, and probably you could probably tell now from social media and stuff, but you were easily like kind of the fan favorite for everyone. And there's, with the when you did the ripping your shirt off and doing your whole thing, like it was all really fun to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate
up to the end.
I have a friend who referred to it as chicken stripping. I thought it was hysterical.
That would have been perfect. Yeah, you would have built that into the menu. That would have been,
something. Yeah.
So, all right. So my wife she gave me one question. So I was like, all right, I'll work that in there. So this is it. So we know Guy was involved, obviously. His name's all over the show. Everything was Guy. But what Food Network personality that maybe come onto the show, or maybe that we didn't see come onto the show, which one of them gave you that oh wow moment, or which one was the most fun to meet?
Hands
Besides
down.
Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands down, it was Christian Petroni. And so there was so much stuff that got cut out that was with him. So he did a lot of mentoring of us. We did a lot of stuff with him that just wasn't in the show.
Yeah.
So but I mean, he was there as judging, but his role got cut down quite a bit for time. But he was like talking to like a friend you've known forever. Like he'd just come over, hey Phil, what's going on, buddy? Like, you'd just sit there and you'd talk for like 30 minutes, and then next thing you know, it's like, hey Phil, we need you over here. And I'm like, I'll just finishing my talk, but yeah, just awesome person. Yeah, he was definitely my number one there.
Cool. Yeah, he you see him all the time on all the different shows and everything, and his personality does seem like it's kind of like what you were just saying, like he's always just kind of like real loud and talking to everyone. He does seem like a fun one to be around. But that's so interesting, because I also saw you talking, I can't remember if it was on your Instagram or something, but you were mentioning how a lot did get cut. I think from what I was reading out of like the Nashville section part of it.
Yeah. So
I thought that was,
honestly, a lot got cut from every episode, and I get it. They had to follow 6 months, and
right,
time wise, there was no way to add everything that was in there. So I mean, it stinks. I'm happy with what they showed. But there was like a lot of background and stuff that would have been cool to see.
That would have been cool to see. Yeah, because you didn't really get that. Like you just talked about him doing like a mentory type thing. Like, you guys were with like the one main chef whose name's escaping me right now, but like that was kind of the only, kind of back and forth, I guess, you guys had, other than when you were being judged. But yes, some of that would have been cool to see. But
so like the second episode where I did the chicken stripping, there was initially, so we started off with Antonia first, and she went over kind of like what kind of stuff we could use for the presentation. And then Christian Petroni's time was, we were with him and we were trying to figure out kind of like a way to present, like a good way to talk, a good way to put our ideas forward.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where a lot of the idea for Chicken Guy Phil came from. It was me and him messing around.
Nice.
I think he had me pretend to be a cowboy at one point, and we were all over the place.
That would have been funny too.
Yeah, exactly. And
Cowboy Phil would have been funny too. Like you got so many new personalities now coming out of the show that you have.
And but me and Christian were just being so over the top. Guy was sitting in on our like one-on-one, like the cameras were there too, but like Guy was sitting in there, and it got to the point where he's laughing so hard that the cameraman was like, hey Guy, you need to get out of here, like you're ruining all the shots. And it's possible that's why they cut stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, there could be. So kicked him out. It all got cut because you had Guy and everyone else laughing way too much. So you got the shows cut down to the 40-minute runtime. It's all Phil's fault. So, all right. So that was actually what I wanted to end as far as like the Food Network show questions go. But with you saying that, there's just one little thing that kind of popped up was, so how much was Guy like around? Because on the show, I think he popped up like, it was like a big deal when he would show up. It was like twice or three times, Yeah.
So I don't know like how in depth I'm allowed to talk about it.
Whatever you could say without getting in trouble.
I'll say we were down there for a very good amount of time.
Okay.
So there was a lot more to it.
Okay. We'll
leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll move past. No, I don't need anybody showing up at my house and Food Network.
They'll come for me
trying to beat me up or something. Like I don't need that in my life.
It'll be the real Beat Bobby.
Yeah, a real episode of Beat Bobby.
But yeah, he was around a lot. We got to spend a lot of good time with him. Cool. And again, he's another person who's just like a really cool, down to earth person.
That's awesome.
It was amazing.
That's awesome. Like you always hope that when you meet people like that it's like a good experience, and you always read like really good things about guys. So that's awesome.
Yep.
So yeah, like I was saying, that's kind of the last of the Food Network type questions I want to do, because I know that you've done a few other interviews and stuff already, and I know a lot of them have already talked to you, a lot about all that. So I wanted to kind of steer it a little bit away, because the Back Bedroom podcast is just about kind of hanging out and having fun.
Awesome.
So if you don't mind, we'll move that way. And so our first DM was, I think your opening line was something about I'm a comic collector too, or something to that sort. So what is the extent of your comic collecting?
So initially I got started when I was a kid. There was a comic book shop like down the street from me that must have been like somebody just wholesaled like a huge collection of comics, and everything was 10 cents. And looking back now, knowing what I know,
yeah,
oh my God, stuff in there was worth way more than 10 cents.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Just getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my brother and I, we'd always go down there. We'd go buy like just boxes and boxes of comics. And I was a big Fantastic Four collector growing up.
Nice.
Yeah. But lately I kind of focus on first appearances. Like that's the only thing I buy, because otherwise I'll clutter my whole house.
Go out the whole house. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. I can totally in line with that. First appearance things, like any kind of any kind of first appearance or introduction of or something like that, I'm all over. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Okay, so man, this is cool. So all right, so I guess first most important question that's going to completely divide everyone who's watching and listening: DC, Marvel.
100%.
Marvel. Okay, so you and me are on the same page. We can continue the interview or the podcast. No, so I know that's one thing that everybody's always got to ask. So that's super cool. Yeah, I'm a huge Marvel fan myself. Yeah. All right, so if we're going Marvel, not to put you on the spot, but I'm going to. Do you have a favorite?
Just character in general?
If you want to go, yeah, just character in general.
Ooh, that's rough.
It is.
Let's see. I'm gonna change it a little. I'm gonna go favorite villain is Dr. Doom.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He's awesome.
Okay.
Favorite hero's tough. My favorite hero I like to read is Spider-Man.
Okay.
But Daredevil's right up there too.
So wow.
Those are probably my top.
Interesting. Little street level. Okay, that's awesome. I mean, I go back and forth all the time myself. Like Captain America's up there, Thor's up there. I think my all-time favorite is Adam Warlock with the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity stuff. That was always my favorite, or he's my favorite. So that's the way I always lean. Do you have a favorite comic book? Just like a single issue that maybe you got when you was younger and always enjoyed?
That's really tough, honestly. No, I don't have like a favorite just single issue. Okay. No, I can't say that I do. I remember like my first like really old comic I got, and it wasn't that old, but it was Fantastic Four. It was a first appearance of the Windwalker.
Oh my
God! Want to say it? Yeah, it's an early one.
But that's definitely an older one. Yeah, for sure.
When I found that, I was like, oh, this could be worth millions of dollars. Definitely not in the condition it's in either. Yeah. I still keep it though. Like that's still one.
Yeah. I've got a few that are just beat up, but it's like, man, because of what's on the cover or whatever, like I'm not getting rid of this. I can't. I mean, I know, people always attach, or a lot of people attach to like, specific runs or certain comic books. So I was just seeing, honestly, like I don't have a favorite either. I just collect and just anything in like certain, like I love the cosmic side of it. So I, anything like that I'm drawn to, and then I just kind of go character by character. So that's cool. Do you still like frequent a comic shop or do you, oh gosh. So
these are like past months, like pickups. Yeah, I stay busy.
Oh my gosh! Like is there not a comic book show we can get you on? Like what are we?
Right?
What are
Oh,
we doing?
I'd love it. Actually, my laptop's even sitting on a stack of CGC books. Honestly, that's what I was like.
Using it
That's stable enough. Yeah,
to weigh it out with.
it
Awesome.
is a
Yeah.
table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a stack that I need to send to CGC, but I just
Oh,
it
uh,
never gets around.
as long as you have 3 years times to wait, you'll be golden.
Oh yeah. To
Oh
get
my
the
god, it's
return rate
ridiculous.
on it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's insane.
I sent the book back uh in November, I believe. So I was at a Comic-Con, and Jim Shooter, the old CEO of Marvel, he
Uh-huh.
created a lot of stuff during the 80s, a lot of
Yeah.
different characters. I had a Secret Wars #3, which has the first appearance of Tatiana and somebody else. I can't remember the other name. Volcana.
Yeah.
It's
I was
going to
trying
be
to.
in the new She-Hulk series. So
Yeah.
I got that autographed by Jim Shooter, sent that in. Haven't seen the book since. So I'm
So
hoping nobody ran away with it.
dude, I've heard the wait times right now are great because what's holding it up is so many people got into baseball card
Yes.
collecting and stuff
Yep.
like that over the pandemic,
Yeah.
and they flooded CGC with getting their, and
Yeah.
so it's a
Crazy.
mess right now. I've heard.
It really is.
So funny story. Me and a friend went to Dragon Con like the
Mhm.
year before COVID, and oh my gosh, I was gonna tell a story and its name completely escapes, but I can't even believe this is what happens when you start talking to Phil. My mind went completely blank. Daggum it. Anyways, there was like a huge line to meet him, and he and I had brought a Warlock early issue of Adam Warlock that
Yeah.
he worked on, and he ended up. My friend was like, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom," so he went into the restroom, and then the author come walking in there, so like he was just hanging out, I guess, to get away from the crowds. It was just really funny because he had like a line of hundreds of people waiting to meet him, and he's over here ducking in the
Hiding in the
bathroom.
bathroom.
Yeah. I cannot believe his name is escaping me. It's going to drive me crazy. It'll come to me at the end of the episode.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here.
Unreal. All right. So you just mentioned the She-Hulk show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume then that you keep up with the Disney Plus and the MCU.
Of course. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Those are my favorites.
Oh my gosh.
Got let's see. Got
Oh,
Infinity War. I've
more
got
posters. Oh, you got the Ragnarok poster.
Yeah, we're set in here.
Oh, dude, yeah, you
lightsaber lamp.
Jeez, yeah. So okay, so you were wow. So man, I was like, I was writing down notes and stuff, and I kept putting in parentheses. I would be like, ask about the MCU if he even keeps up with it. And now, like, everything is just being thrown out because now my mind's running. Gosh. All right. So huge MCU fan. That's a lot of what I talk about on the podcast. So I did a episode a week or two back, kind of previewing 2022 and what we're about to get right with Disney Plus and the MCU. So what movie or TV show coming this year do you think you're most excited for?
That's tough. Moon Knight looks amazing.
Yeah.
So that's up there. I like Moon Knight as a character already, so that's really cool. We mentioned She-Hulk. That I heard it's gonna be mostly a comedy, which is cool. I'm always in for comedy.
Right. Yeah.
So that'll be cool. Jeez. But my most excited. That's really tough. It's probably either Moon Knight or is Armor Wars coming out this year?
I think it's rumored to, like, later on. Yeah.
That one's up there too. Because I like War Machine and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
especially if we get, because I've read that there's rumor that we will get the Punisher back in his armored suit, which would be crazy. And then the She-Hulk stuff, Ruffalo's supposed to be back as a Hulk, and Abomination is supposed to be involved.
That would be cool. What do you think of the Abomination redesign?
I thought it looked good. and I'm guessing you're speaking of in Shang-Chi, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay.
Yep.
So I did a touchy subject for my audience because I did a ranking of all the MCU movies, and I had Shang-Chi just a little too low for some people's taste, and I heard about it for like a month afterwards. So I told them I will re-rank them and put more thought into it. So
it's tough when you get into about, what is it, 26 movies now, and then the shows.
Thank you.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah,
Everybody's like, "What's your favorite?"
Low.
I'm like, "Yeah, if you go like a top 10 or
yeah. I got to list all of them. I got to think about it. This is
right.
Give me like 2 or 3 days to do this.
100%.
So movie wise for this year, what do you think? We got Doctor Strange 2,
Doctor Strange,
Thor
yep,
4, and Black Panther 2.
yeah.
So which
I'm
one?
nervous about Black Panther too.
Yeah,
They've had so many issues.
they have, yeah,
in production and stuff, and obviously there's still. I feel like that one's gonna end up getting pushed back. There's no way they keep it going. Especially now that they're deciding whether or not they're gonna recast Chadwick Boseman. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm worried about that one, but so I think my safe bet's gonna be Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Thor will be great, but I don't know how much impact that's gonna actually have on the whole MCU.
Oh, interesting. So I agree with you with Black Panther. I think that's going to end up getting pushed back because now they're talking about doing like the war for Atlantis,
right?
And then they're talking about possibly Doom. That's when we get the introduction to Doom with Namor, and they were saying that, like you were just mentioning, like recasting, Boseman. Do they, there are rumors saying that the actor who plays M'Baku might get it, and then there have been others saying that there's a thing going around that Namor revives Killmonger and brings him back. It's in crazy for that one.
That could be interesting. I mean, funny fact, M'Baku, the actor, oh geez.
See, this is what happens.
He's from like a couple towns over from me.
Oh, nice.
In upstate New York. Yeah, kind of funny.
Cool. Yep.
Other than that, no connection. But that's makes me happy.
Other than that, nothing. Can't even remember his name. By the way, Roy Thomas is the
Roy Thomas. Okay.
artist I was trying to think of a minute ago while I was drawing a blank. So for me, Thor 4 might not have a big connection. So they're with hopefully we get Beta Ray Bill. I hope because I love, like I said, the cosmic side of things. Yep. The interesting thing is going to be Jane Foster, how they do her and how that's going to play in. And then, Christian Bale is playing Gore, the God Butcher. So
that'll be cool.
It'll
be cool.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that leads to Null from Venom. I have, I think, 4 first appearances of Venom in Venom 3. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, from the Donny Cates run. Yes. Nice.
From the new one. So I'm excited about those. But
if Noel starts showing up, there's going to be a lot because I know that has been a comic that everybody's been stockpiling, hoping that he shows up.
Yeah, I hope so. He's a cool villain.
Yeah.
Did you read the event by any chance?
Oh, yes.
Okay. It was pretty good. Some of the tie-ins were like probably some of the worst comics I've ever read, though.
Yeah.
But the main storyline was great. I enjoyed all the characters. Just some of those tie-ins were just like, who let them have these?
They did get crazy. Like they started venomizing everybody. And doing all the different things. You're right, but the main storyline, it was fantastic. Like Donny Cates is a great writer. And everything he does has been great. But it did get a little wild there. Doctor Strange 2, though, for me, coming up soon in like 2 months, I think that's going to be the biggest kind of MCU changer.
Yeah. Yep. And now I think I just read something to get into like, I don't want to say spoilers because we don't even know what's going to happen, but do you get into like what might happen?
Rumors, predictions.
Rumors.
Yes. That was the whole episode I did.
I'm just making sure. All right. The big rumor right now is that at the end of Doctor Strange 2, they're gonna have an Endgame style war at the end between the different multiverses. So
What?
yeah, which
Oh, I
sounds
hadn't seen
insane.
that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep. There's something I just read a little while ago because I was like, I might as well check and see what happened today on the news just to be sure I don't miss anything. But yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I
So
had not
that could be
seen
cool.
that. That
Yeah.
could be in, well, because it makes sense because like a week ago it came out, confirmed that Doctor Strange 2 will have the most characters on screen. It will be
Right.
in game as far as
Right.
number of characters. So, man, I imagine they're just going to open the portals and let everybody come in.
Yeah. Oh, I hope that's what they do. That would be awesome.
But like, to what extent? Because my fear is like, do you start doing it and it gets kind of hokey? Like if you just like, if we open the gates and like, I don't know, like I think there's a level you can go to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know,
Probably. Yeah.
maybe.
I, I'm okay with it, honestly.
Okay,
At this point, I'm like, no, you guys are
you do
almost 30 movies in. You do what you want to
do
do
what
at
you
this
want to
point.
do. Okay,
I'm
I can
gonna still
respect
watch.
that. I can respect that. Did you see Spider-Man No Way Home?
Did that come out?
What?
I'm kidding. Yeah, of course I saw
I
it.
got
I went opening day.
Get out of this thing, exit out of this thing. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I guess because you've had so much excitement and everybody was going crazy about all the different Spider-Man, all the different stuff showing up. I just hope they don't like start shoving bunches of people in movies just to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
hope it has if they're going to open the floodgates in multiverse, like at least let it make a little sense.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, I know it's always been said if that's the way they brought back the X-Men,
the
people would be
X-Men.
upset, like it's lazy writing or
Yeah.
whatever. It works though. I mean, like if you could bring back some of the good X-Men characters, like the actors who portrayed them and stuff, it's
Mhm.
worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's other stuff that could come from it too. I mean, you could bring back the Netflix characters even
Yeah.
as multiversal
Yeah.
their variants and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean, there's a bunch of different things you could do to
Yeah.
bring the worlds back together and tie up like the Marvel TV side.
Yeah, it definitely offers it definitely offers so many different ways to do it, right? Like and there will be the crowd that says lazy writing, but you're gonna have people complain about it. I'm sure there's people that's gonna complain about sunny
Anything.
weather. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
that doesn't matter. But yeah, you're right. If it gives them a chance to kind of get it all together, I can't wait. And from everything I've read, that yeah, this is going to be how they bring in the X-Men, bring them back. And
Right.
there seems to be a real big push that the Fantastic Four will be showing up
I hope. Yeah.
in that movie, because I know there was a big push fan wise for John Krasinski and Emily Blunt,
Mhm.
and supposedly like a week or two ago he was seen on set. So
That would be awesome.
but because you from that you had people saying that he was going to be playing the variant of Captain America, because there's a big casting story about when the first Captain America, right? So he supposedly had it, and then Chris Evans came in and got it.
Right, and it seems like they've already confirmed Tom Cruise as Tony Stark too. So hopefully it's not John Krasinski just being a Captain America variant.
Yeah,
He
I hope
better
not.
be
I hope he's Reed
fantastic for
Richards,
it. Yeah,
because
I think he's perfect for that.
do you know what I read today? And this, I'm glad you're sitting down, because for me, I couldn't believe it. I read something today saying that there are rumors and stuff of Wolverine being portrayed by Daniel Radcliffe.
So I had read that too before. It sounds horrible. It might be. I'll reserve judgment, because who would have thought like Robert Patterson would play Batman?
Okay.
We'll give him a chance.
I would look. I would definitely give him a chance. I just thought it was funny. Like,
yeah, it's definitely funny.
Speaking of Pattinson, are you excited for Batman? Are you going to see it?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely go see that. I gave DC movies another try with the new Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Because of James Gunn. And
Right.
I just enjoy his movies. It wasn't necessarily just because of him, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
definitely the best DC movie that's come out so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully that's a they're trending that way.
Hopefully they trend upwards, man. Because Marvel had built theirs. It took 10 years to get to Infinity War and Endgame, but DC wanted that with the first movie. And to rush that Justice League out,
And then the Snyder Cut, honestly, might get hate for this, was not much better.
What does it do? Thank you. I mean, what
it looked better. And that's
I heard about the Snyder Cut for 4 years. That's all I read all the time as a Marvel fan. Oh, you just wait until the Snyder Cut comes out.
Right.
It was 19 hours long. Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
It didn't add too much. It made some stuff make more sense, but not enough to where I was like, oh, that was a good movie.
This is it. This is what we should have had the whole time. Like, okay.
Take my Marvel collection, throw it. No, this well, I'll give him another chance. But
I'm excited to see this Batman. It looks like it's gonna be something special. And I think Matt Reeves, the director, is taking a different approach to it. Yeah, which excites me because as a Marvel fan, I've always loved Batman. I just thought I've always thought his just kind of his universe just was so cool. Like I've always felt personally that Batman could be real. Like there could be a real Batman. And a lot of his villains I feel like could be real people, right? Because I feel like they play a lot with like the like mental kind of side of things, psychological type side of things. So I'm excited. I hope it's something good.
Oh yeah, for sure. So far nothing has compared to like the Christian Bale Batmans. Those are my favorite Batmans. Well, I mean the cartoon probably, but animated. I mean that's great. A good classic.
It's good.
But this looks it's hard to explain. Like it looks way different from those, but it looks fantastic. Like I can't wait to see Riddler is going to be a cool villain in there. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I am too. It looks very artsy. Like it looks like a very artsy movie. Like it's like an art project movie, but with like one of the biggest named characters ever to exist. It looks cool. I hope it is. Obviously there's a rumor that the Joker is in it. That will be
I didn't see that one.
Played by This is what happens. Forget the names, but he was in Eternals. The guy who played Druig in the Eternals.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
He had like a few Instagram posts, and he was wearing like a Gotham City Police uniform. And he like the caption was something about smiling. Like it was very unusually about being like smiling and stuff. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, and so there's been a lot of like
picture him playing that, but could be good.
Yeah, could be cool. It's one of those things where you just got to kind of give it a chance because with the one that always gets thrown in everybody's face is Heath Ledger playing the Joker. Right when that got announced, everybody was like, "Who doing what?" So dude, this is so cool. I mean, like the MCU is seriously, that's like all I really talk about on the podcast. And now for you to be so into it, like that's so cool. I had like comic book questions. I'm like, all right, let's see what we're kind of working with here. And you're pulling out like 95 comics and talking about
it's definitely one of my passions for sure. And I don't get to talk about it too much. Like I'll start telling my wife about it, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go back to watching my murder shows."
Same thing. She just completely zones me out watching murder stuff. I'm like, what? Okay, fine.
It's good.
I'm gonna make a podcast so I can go talk to people. I'm gonna go sit in the closet for an hour every week and just talk.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you.
Dude, so cool. Well, man, that is awesome. I honestly, like, I could just sit and talk to you forever. I don't want to hold you up and like on your Friday night. Real quick, just to so the Lord of the Rings Amazon show, do you get into Lord of the Rings and stuff? Are you excited about that? Oh, you did have the poster. I saw it.
Yep. I can't wait. The first images just came out, and I thought it looked really good. I mean, the quality, the accuracy to like book descriptions and stuff like that, everything looked really good, I think.
Awesome.
So
That
I'm
yeah,
looking forward to that.
it looks like it's going to be really cool.
However,
Uh-oh.
did you watch Wheel of Time?
I haven't finished it yet, but
Yeah.
I am watching.
What do you think of that? Because I think it
All
was
right.
very
So I didn't
like
read the books. Did you read the books?
I didn't,
Okay.
but just like the quality of the show, I think was kind of lacking.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not
I'm with
great.
that. I'm not the biggest. It's cool. Like I can
Yeah,
get what
yeah.
they're doing, but yeah,
Right.
there's something about it that isn't connected to me.
It's something. It felt rushed. The writing was kind of a little boring. Uh, the graphics and the design too. Like every time I'd see one of like the werewolf characters, I'd
Mhm.
like it threw me out of the whole thing. I was like wait a second, like
Yeah.
that doesn't even look kind of good. It was
Yeah.
just kind of like a mess. So that it worries me for Lord of the
Oh,
Rings.
but man, I feel like with Lord of the Rings, you're automatically gonna dump all the money you have into it, which they have.
I hope so. Yeah.
But I can totally get that because I'm a huge Witcher fan.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have read the books and everything,
Uh-huh.
and the Netflix show for me just does not do it,
Yeah. I couldn't get through the first season.
dude.
Um,
Doesn't do it.
no, it's for how exciting the games are and stuff, the
Mhm.
show is just like drags.
It does.
Yeah, the acting's great, the effects are great.
Henry Cavill, fantastic. I love
Yeah,
him as Geralt.
right. Oh yeah, yeah,
Give me him as Geralt all day. Yeah.
yeah. And it's funny. The sidekick's funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, just the story I was like, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's tough. Like I muscled through the second season because I was like, let me just
Yeah.
see. I was
Did it get better?
no, it's terrible.
No. Okay,
Worse
great.
it's
I guess I
absolutely
didn't. I guess I didn't waste any time there.
no. Please don't just deactivate your Netflix account. Um, so crap. Every time you say something, all right. So all right. So how about the Are you into Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Oh
Are
yeah.
you excited for the House of Dragon that is soon?
Yes. I I hope they took a lot of the criticisms from the last season and they're
Yes.
just gonna kind of start fresh. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very excited about
That
that.
would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it and it gives them a chance to really add a lot more depth and stuff
Right.
to because I think they got to what like season 6 or so with and they just started dozering through that thing.
Which I get it. It was an expensive show to make, and HBO was probably like, wrap it up, guys. Come
Yeah,
on.
we got to find something else.
Right. We gotta do something else here. And then they're like, prequel works.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, they're like, we can't afford the main series. Let's write one completely on our own and just see where it goes.
Let's make a bunch of stuff up because then people can't complain.
Exactly. Yeah. Less dragons. Those are expensive.
But then let's name it House of Dragons so we get all
Right. Yeah. So more dragons. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
knows
knows
that's what people
there?
wanted.
Yeah.
People wanted dragons. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I'm kind of like you. I hope they can rectify some of that kind of that bad taste that everybody had after the debacle that was the ending of that thing.
Which
Cool,
I'm gonna
man.
be honest, personally, I enjoyed it, but hey.
Oh wait, now what you enjoyed? I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Season was rushed.
Rough. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, it was a good show. Yeah, no, and then season 7 was the last. I mean, it was just it was like
yeah, very quick.
Yeah, it was, and it didn't. I don't know a lot. that last episode, it caught a lot of criticism. Yeah,
a lot. Yeah. So, deserved.
It happens, dude. Again, like I said, I don't want to hold you up on a Friday night. First of all, thank you so much for coming on here and hanging out. I know you said that it's cool for you, but honestly, it's super cool for me. Like I mentioned in the thing, I took a shot even asking you because like I've only been doing this for maybe like 5 months now. I was like, man, I don't even care if he says no, he says no, but at least I asked.
Yep. So, hey, that's how you do it.
Yeah, man. So again, thank you so much for that because I now knowing how big a fan you are of all this stuff, I could honestly sit and talk like all night. But maybe after like Doctor Strange 2 or something comes out, maybe if you wanted to, we could
back
up and and talk some more about maybe the movie or something like that.
Definitely, I'm in. Yeah, or we could do what comes out first? Is it Doctor Strange or Moon Knight?
Moon Knight, actually.
All right. Yeah, we'll talk then, and then we'll do a couple or something. Yeah, I'm in.
Oh man,
That's just
all right.
fun.
That's what we're gonna do. That sounds awesome. All right, so I wrote a little thing here. So let me get through my spiel for you because, like I said, I wanted to tell you this. So again, thank you so much. Again, thanks for replying on Twitter. Thanks for agreeing and coming on to talk. You didn't have to, but you did, and it's super, super cool. So thank you so much. Again, for me, having such a young, small podcast, it really does mean a lot. So thank you. And
Thank you.
why have you on here? If you want to, you can let people know where to find you, like with your Twitter and stuff.
Yeah. So my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok are all Phil Tomasso 4, with the number 4 at the end. Yeah, I'm on all those quite often, and I like to reply to people. So,
So go check them out.
check 'em out.
Go check them out on there. And again, thank you all for watching and listening. I say it all the time because there are millions of other podcasts you could be listening to, but you chose to listen to mine. And because you did, look at this content, this A+ content you got, right? The cool interview with Phil Tomasso. Again, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out. Make sure to check out the Back Bedroom Twitter at the Back Bedroom. And again, thanks to our special guest, Phil Tomasso. And as always, I will see y'all right here next time in the Back Bedroom. Cool, man. Thank you so much for coming. Seriously.
Yeah, no, thank you. I had a good time.
Yeah, dude, it was
fun.
so cool. Now, man, that's awesome. But yeah, dude, if you're if you're down, I would love like to have you back on. And
Oh yeah, no, this is cool. I love just shooting the shit about this stuff, and yeah, oh, I'm definitely in. That's fun.
Cool. Yeah, because that's all I talk on this podcast is Marvel and video games. That's it. That's all I do. It's all I talk about. So
Definitely.
super cool, man. All right.
Let me know.
Well, awesome. Well, I'll talk to you some more on Twitter maybe, and I'll see you next time, buddy.
Awesome. See ya.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
No more. Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.